Guys, I've been thinking, what could be the way forward for Ethiopia from what it has been going through for the past couple weeks. What has happened even before that, during the normal, what has happened all the way back to the history of Adwa. There's one big lesson we're being taught in common, and I believe God is trying to remind us something about unity. The reason why Ethiopia was never colonized is because during the Battle of Adwa, all Ethiopians came together to fight against Italians 2 times, and they won both of them, and they were never colonized. But why it happened like that? Because everybody left aside everything, regardless of their tribes, religion, where they're coming from. They came together as one Ethiopia and fought against those colonizers. And they were never colonized. Another incident that happened recently, for like almost for 2 years, is no more. The time of no more, when Westerners, specifically Americans, when they were interfering, a lot of things that were happening in Ethiopia. More than ever before, we have seen Ethiopians from all over the world coming together with unity, regardless of their tribes, regardless of their languages, regardless of where they are at, all of them came together and said no more. And they were able to pass through that season. And why again? It's because of unity. And now, during this time that division happened in the Church of Orthodox, and a lot of things were involved, different parts were involved, and people were killed, they also came together, all Ethiopians, regardless whether they were Orthodox or Protestants or Muslims. They came together to stand for Orthodox Church in Ethiopia and for the people and for the lives that have been wasted and killed. And again, now there's a peace, there's a unity coming up through that process. But again, you see one great element, and that is unity. What God is trying to tell us is this, that with unity, nothing will be impossible for Ethiopia. With unity, Ethiopia will prevail again and again and again. These are the tests that have been given to us again and again and again. And every single time you have been able to overcome it and to prevail because you came together as one people. What does it tell you? That this is the time to build one Ethiopia. This is the time to build one people. You have different regions. You have different tribes, different languages, but you are all Ethiopians. Last year I said this, that guys, please hashtag proud Ethiopian. Because if you hashtag proud your tribe, only your tribe people will come to like that post and share that. And you will collect only your tribe. And also, when you look at the comments, there will be some people hashtagging their tribes, their tribes, their tribes. And that will create more division because there's a sensitivity when it comes to tribe in Ethiopia. So how can we get out of there? By all of us hashtagging proud Ethiopian. Because that will bring all of us together. That's why we hashtag One Africa, regardless of where you're coming from. As long as you're African, you're part of this move. Right now, where there's a peace, when you feel hope, when you feel like you're coming alive again, it's the time to load your weapon. And that is the weapon of unity. Because we will never understand the true meaning of power if we are not united. Unity is what got us through the Battle of Adwa, no more, and even right now. Unity is what can get us through whatever obstacle we're going to face tomorrow or next year or 10 years to come. Unity of Africa, unity in your country. It's a time for all diaspora to forget about little groups that you might have and come together as one Ethiopians. You guys, when you look at No More, man, it started there. And it had so much influence all the way to the country. Millions and millions of people stood for that. Even the rest of other Africans who are not Ethiopian for that. Even today, it is possible if you guys come together, forget about your tribes, forget about your differences, just come together as one people and have maybe the second homecoming and just come to promote one Ethiopia. You guys can come, you can go to Tigray region to promote that. You can come to go to all regions to save. If you're doctors, you come to volunteer in those hospitals. There's a lot of damage were done there. A lot of damage done in the Amhara region, Afar region, in Oromia, all this part. All of you guys just come together as one people, as one Ethiopia, and promote that. That would be the homecoming with purpose. Because I'm telling you, every single thing that happened in Ethiopia, I've realized this. In 3 years of studies, I've realized every single thing that is happening in Ethiopia, it's because of division. The literally meaning of devil is division. Divide. He's there to divide. God is there to unite. That's why I say, behold how good and pleasant it is when God's people come together in unity. It say, for there, the last verse number 3, Psalm 133, verse number 3, say, for there is where God bestow its blessing and even life forevermore. So when people come together in unity, that's where God brings blessings and life forevermore. Not chaos, not death, but life. God, when he looked at the people and they were building the Tower of Babel, this is what he said. This is what he said, guys. He said that these people, because they're speaking the common language and they have the common tension, nothing they plan is going to be impossible for them. And he said, let me go down to confuse their languages. So he came, he confused the languages, and they didn't understand each other. What does it tell you? That when we come together in unity, whatever we plan, it will be possible. With unity, everything is possible. That's basically what God is telling us. And that's what can save Ethiopia. Not a leader, not international organization, not Mika, not anyone. Only unity. Only unity. One Ethiopia. Let that be your slogan for 2023 and forever. Because that is what we didn't have in Ethiopia. That's what we don't have in Africa. And Ethiopia is the mother of Africa. If we want one Africa, we need to have one Ethiopia, one Tanzania, one Somalia, one Egypt, one Kenya, one Uganda. We need to have one Nigeria. We need to have that. And you guys, you have a huge responsibility to promote that. That cannot be done by a leader or a single person or single region. No, by everybody coming together. Division is what costing our brothers and sisters' life. Division is what costing our people to be in prison. Division is what brings chaos all the time. Division is what causes you to leave your own country, to run away, to leave your own country. Who are you living for? It's a time to push for one Ethiopia. It's a time to push for unity of Africa, of your country. Push for that. Forget about everything. Guys, so much pain all of us have been through. All of you guys have been through so much pain. Me, I'm an outsider, but I can still feel the pain of what's going on there. I cannot compare the pain you guys are going through every single time there's something happening in Ethiopia. It's the time for change, and it's the time for things to flip the coin. Let's try unity. Push for that agenda. Come together. And I'm crying with diaspora. You guys come together, all of you guys. Come together. Start promoting your tribes. Everybody struggles in so many different ways at certain point of history. Everybody can pull on their sides, and there will be no resolution, reconciliation if we keep doing that. The only solution is to bring one Ethiopia. That you are an Ethiopian, you went through hell. I am an Ethiopian, I went through hell. Let's connect our struggles together and let's fight for this country so that our kids, the next generation, may not go through the same hell we went. Your ancestors went through the same thing. You're going through the same thing. If your kids will go through the same thing, that is on you. Because you can change that today for the sake of your kids tomorrow. That I want to see Ethiopia where people, they're not going to be divided because of their tribes, because of their languages. They're not going to be killed because of that, but they will embrace one another and love one another. You have that responsibility to fight for that today before tomorrow. The future of tomorrow, it depends on what you do today. Instead of running away, go back and fight for one Ethiopia. It is possible. When all of you come together, all of us, and plus, it's not just you, even us. We are standing with you guys. That's the way forward. That's what going to heal Ethiopia again. That's what going to put Ethiopia on the map. The day Ethiopia wakes up, Africa will never be the same again. The day Ethiopia unites, Africa will never be the same again. You guys are the mother of Africa, and you have that responsibility. Hear me and hear me loudly. I pray for you. I love you. And this is Brutal Honest. And I'll always talk about it.